those kids are everything that's right. There's a lot not going well with our game at every level. It's not just high school, but it's kind of matriculated down with the NIL, with the portal. And you look at the kids they got. I mean, Coach was joking before the game that he said his son is sick of basketball. He said he's right, we're sick of it in December. And it reminded me of my son, who's a junior at West Point, who was all-state in 4 sports when he was here. It was the same thing. So the fact that those kids, they just love to compete and they love each other, and man, were they good. They were so good. I knew they were because people whose opinion I believe, and I'm just so happy for those guys, because I feel like that's a win for Ohio basketball, because those guys are everything that's right about this game. So congratulations to them. Couldn't be more deserving.
Turtle, you've been on fire before many times, but that second quarter surge, have you ever had an adrenaline feeling like that?
For sure, yeah. I mean, I feel like I came to the bench and the coaches said I passed up a bunch of shots.
Stunk in the first quarter.
I missed 2 free throws. I feel like there's a lot of things that I could have done better.
I know you guys didn't think so, but if you came to any of our games, he did that all season. I mean, I know he wasn't worthy of a single even nomination or vote for Mr. Basketball, but if you guys actually saw us play, which obviously you did not, that's for you stubs in the back too. We'll get some of you in a moment.
Look at him smiling.
No, I mean seriously, like in the first quarter, like I wanted him to come out like that, and I thought like if he came out like that, then that would push them up so much. And I don't know. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and blame T.J. Petros, because he got him with the Indy Heat, and he was making the right play because he played with Jeremiah Fears, who's going to be drafted a lottery pick. And so if we're going to blame anybody, let's go ahead and blame any spotlight, T.J. Petros. But I think if he gets off like that in the first quarter, it's maybe knocks him back a little bit back,
Coach, third quarter, right here. Third quarter, they got.
Who are you saying?
I'm Jeff Gilmer, Press Pros.
Okay.
They got. He only got 3 shots off in the third quarter. They brought some more. They brought some more length at him. What did you see? How did that impact the way they defended? Was it different?
No. He's been guarded like that. Nobody in the history of Ohio high school basketball, including LeBron Ramon James, has ever been guarded like Quinn Turtle. Nobody. I mean, it's the scouting report I got, I don't want to say any names, but it was the same guy I just praised, was that they were going to play him straight up. And you saw that strategy changed real quick. And it's the same thing every game. I know it's up here it sounded, but like, Coach, am I wrong? I mean, it's like, this is who he is. This is what he's done. He's made, I don't know how many threes he made today, but he had 566 threes going into today. Like these people hating on him, like you can take those shots by yourself with no one playing defense and you wouldn't touch those numbers. Like he's been doing that for 4 years. You talk.
Danny Shikowski. I didn't think I was going to get a question, but I'm glad to be here. What we saw in the film with Rushi was basically what they threw at us. But then they knew if they went at him man, that they were going to have to bring a little bit more and take it out of his hands. And we still got some looks that we passed up. But overall, hey, they played the game the right way, like Coach said, and they made the right play again and again. We just had a couple, when we made that run in the second quarter, there was an opportunity there. We turned it over, and that was a big turning point. But we're proud of our guys. We're so proud of them, and just everything that they did, and the way, one of our things is one heart, no regrets, and we definitely don't have any regrets from that game. And we're just proud of them, and it was a great season. And hats off to Rushi.
Quint, your dad's defending you a lot right here.
I'm real nice to him all the time.
I know, but he's defending you. How does that make you feel in this moment? You just lost a game you really wanted to win. Just what are your thoughts right now with those emotions that your dad is showing and everything?
It surprises me. He never really compliments me, especially at home.
You suck.
Nobody sees like how he yells at me other times, but it surprises me right now. Yeah, but we just try to come in the game and prove people wrong And I could just go down a list of guys and my teammates. I love them so much. I'm going to miss them so much. And
All glory to God, man.
Yeah.
Right? AP, you're not going to defend me? This young man here, we had this AD Bickerstaff kid who was a great kid. He was at Cornerstone. We had Carter Armstrong, and those kids left. And let me say this too: you don't do what he did with having a young man like this who's been programmed 4 years, just been the heart and soul, unbelievable leader, unbelievable young man. Played JV, even some as a senior, and high school basketball forgets that it's about young men like Aiden Pettis. Like, everyone gets to know these rankings and all this stuff that doesn't matter. And I told the guys before the game, like, it's about when everyone knows that David slayed Goliath. Nobody realizes that before he had to take down a lion and a bear. And I know you don't know from survival training, but like those aren't good odds. Those are not very good odds at all. And if we don't have a young man like this in our program, I told all of them, and especially him, that I won 5 of these things, and I'd rather lose with these guys because, man, they gave us everything they had.
Both Coach and Quinn, you guys look at that, the on-ball defense that Rushi had. It was pretty close 9-8 turnovers, I want to say, at halftime, but it felt like Rushi took another step in the on-ball, especially in that third and fourth quarter. What changes did you guys see from them, and how did that kind of affect the overall, not necessarily flow of the game, but just the overall scenes of things and how you guys had to run the offense?
First off, you two guys got to work on the tie thing because you're too short and he's too long. And we got to, corporate America, we got to fix that. No, Ben, they were so good. I mean, has anybody defended us that well? I mean, here's the thing too. We can, when we make up for bad coaching, but what we can do is whenever there's somebody that they don't guard, we can normally use that person to screen. And they're so athletic and they're just so intelligent. I think this is the kids don't play multiple sports these days. And you can see like the baseball and the football and the golf, I don't know, maybe not golf, but you can see those other things in those kids. I mean, they make the right play every single time. And so many kids these days don't, they want to look good and not make the right play. So they were just phenomenal. And I don't know. And like I said, the only chance we would have had if they would have just not been allowed to double team, if that was been like illegal, which we've gone to 7 divisions, so that might be next. So who knows? Hey now, sorry Tim, no filter.
And then for Quinn and Aiden, 4 years, you guys get to the first state championship game for Cornerstone since 2018, I believe, off the top of my head. What's it been like to help this program get back to where it's been before, and especially as to the seniors, what is it like knowing these underclassmen now have the idea of getting back here and they know what it takes?
Well, everything. We really just put it on the back of this guy. I mean, we literally go as he go. I mean, we listen to coach. We know what we had to do this year. I mean, we got here, we came to the sword, but every one of those guys in the locker room, we all excelled in our role, and that's why we're here now. I mean, we came to the sword, but we really just put it on the back of Quinn. We know that he's going to do it for us, but we just had to make sure the other people around him would excel in their role, and that's what got us here.
Yeah, what he said, I'm just so blessed to have each and every one of these guys in the locker room. Just seeing them, seeing their emotion, it feels like I could have done more. I never thought I was coming to Cornerstone, so.
We didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but losing that's not the worst thing that has happened to me this year. My grandpa passed away, and it just shows you that there's more to life than basketball. And the ball stops bouncing at some point, so yeah, that's really it.
I think I said this during our presser, but I'll never forget it. And I think it was 13 when we had some mom and pa shop trying to ask Carlton Bragg and Brian Parker where they were going to school as sophomores. And I went over, and this guy came over like a Gestapo over here, and And he kicked him out. I'm like, man, I like this guy. And then the next year, or that year, Will Butler, who was my assistant, he was watching this guy because he wanted to be John Cena. He wouldn't even go to the game. He wanted to be a wrestler. So then the next year, I remember Papa was sitting there, and they were sitting up in the stands, and Turtle's like, man, would I get to shoot out there? And my dad turned to Mr. Snodgrass, and he said, hey, Jerry, and Tim walked right over, and put a ribbon on him and his brother. And I remember that was the first time he ever made a three at the shot. And he turned to me, and just seeing his grandpa. Now I don't know, how many make today? What do you make today, Coach? How many threes? 6, you suck. So that's 572. Yeah, good luck breaking that one. But this game's so important, guys, for those reasons, man. It's supposed to teach you how to be a part of something bigger than yourself. I work for the United States Army. Our job's not to win our country's wars, it's to not play home games. And speaking of which, if World War III does break out, and we put this on record, I am going straight to Rouge High School, and give me those kids, and we're gonna be okay. But it's supposed to teach you how to be a part of something bigger yourself. Just because he was, had the accolades, I think we all understand. He never once says my records. It's our records, right? Right, Pip? Right, Turtle? This meant everything to my dad. This was his whole life. As TJ will tell you, as Stubbsy will tell you, they don't make them like him anymore. And literally the last of the Cowboys. And this was perfect, right? Perfect. So.
Maybe let me ask you this. I write Russia a lot because I live right there in that community, and oddly enough, they don't get really the appreciation that they deserve, I don't think, because they play the MAC. I mean, it's always Marion local, it's Coldwater, it's the MAC teams, and they don't play football. So, if you don't play football over there, it's something.
We don't have football teams.
But I would be interested to hear, and I walked in late, I'm sorry, but just your comments about that team can play with anybody.
They're the best team we played all year. When we played Richmond Heights at home, I got a hot tip for you. In my opinion, which I know is not worth much. Either any of you guys that didn't vote for this guy for Mr. Basketball, by the way. But yeah, they're as good as anyone I've ever seen. This year,
Not to be underappreciated, certainly.
No. And I think I said this at halftime. I coached a team that McDonald's All-American was our third best player. We were 5th in the country, and those dudes can play with anybody. Because here's the thing: the two things that lead to winning, right, the most, in my opinion, are toughness and intelligence. And they were bigger, stronger, faster, smarter, better coached. Right? We got a guy with a bad haircut that made a couple shots. That's all we had going for us. So everything that everything that's right about this game, right, Coach? Hey, his haircut's amazing, by the way. Look at that thing, unbelievable hair. That guy. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Unbelievable. Play that way, you can play with anybody. And that's the thing too, right? Who grows up watching that? Because to your point, okay, we're gonna watch, we're gonna watch highlights, or we're gonna watch. Meanwhile, that's the way you play the game. But how many people even appreciate that anymore? If it was up to Stubbs, we'd go to 10 more divisions, and he doesn't like St. John's, or he didn't like the fish fry at the Holiday Inn. When I used to scout my tickets, Mr. Street, I used to make a lot of money scouting my tickets, man. I had more money than any 12-year-old, especially in 1989 when Jimmy Jackson was playing. That ticket was unbelievable. Remember that one? Oh, Coach, that was hot sauce right there. Free chicken. Thank you, guys. Not a talker. Stubbs, remember when I put Frank? Matt, you remember when I put Frank Kill? I put my name tag on his thing when we played the 3rd year in a row. He still hasn't recovered from that.